guys, how's it going? My name is Tagu and I'm a Valorant player for Elevate. Today, I'm gonna be talking about some basic stuff about being a controller, what you can do, what you shouldn't do, and what every agent does. Stay tuned and get ready for the video. So guys, now we are here on the agent selection, and I'm gonna try to explain to you what every controller does and which ones are easier for you if you're starting to play. So basically you have Brimstone. It's like I wouldn't say this is like the most complete one in terms of damage and smoking at the same time, because you have like a lot of abilities. I'm gonna actually pick it for you to show you, but I would say like the easiest one to learn in general if you are not a controller or if you're coming from another role and you're trying to play as a controller, maybe Brimstone might be the easiest one because it's the most simple one and it's like fun to play on the beginning. If you're just starting on the controller like role for the first time, it's really easy for you. You just have a steam beacon that makes you run faster and shoot faster. You have smokes, you have a molly, and your ulti that can kill people. I'm gonna try to show you a little bit of what this agent does. It's like basically here the steam beacon, you just put it on the ground if you want to run faster. It also makes you shoot faster with automatic guns. That doesn't work with classic. Like this one, you shoot way faster. If you're shooting outside, I'm gonna try to show you. It's a little bit slower, but it's also hard to control the spray if you have with the steam beacon on. But now to smoke. The good part of this one is that smoking, it's instantly if you wanna smoke like different places at the same time. For example, if you wanna smoke here on double doors and also on CT and also on backside, you can smoke all three at the same time. So this is the good part of this agent, that you can smoke everything at the same time and you don't need to tell your teammates, oh guys, don't open for CT right now because I didn't smoke yet. That's the really good part. The bad part is that you have a range that you can smoke. So this agent, for example, in my opinion, is not really one of the ones you want to choose if you want to play Haven. Right now Haven is out of the map pool, so but I'm showing you on this one so it's easier. For example, because if you're playing on C, there's no way you can help your teammates on A, because you don't have the range for it. Unless you're playing on B, that's the only place you can actually help both sides. So this agent is not really good if you want to help your team like in general. So good things, you have molly, you have ulti. Bad things, you have the range to smoke your teammates. So it's not really good in my opinion if you wanna use this as your agent for Haven. So right now we're gonna talk about Omen. We're back here on Omen, and basically the good things about this one has no abilities that do damage, zero abilities that do damage, but it's one of the agents that can maybe be really tricky for your enemies. So basically you have smokes, a TP, and also your ulti that you can TP around the map whatever you want, and also flash. Good thing about this agent, if you want to do one ways, this is the only agent that can do one ways like in random places. For example, with an Astra you cannot one way on these places, because Astra is like a champion that you place the orbs on the ground, so it doesn't work like this. Neither Brimstone that I showed you. So basically this is one of the good things that you can do with this agent. And also you can smoke with two options, either like this, that you see the arrow going and you watch the map, or you just go into the Omen mode and you just go through walls and you see where the smoke is going. But also if you see an enemy, I'm not going to be able to show you, but if you see an enemy while you are on this scenario, you can see like the enemy in the red, like everything red around him, so you can actually see him if you see someone. And that's it about the smoke parts, and it's really good to smoke around the map. If you see this bar on the middle of the screen, it's the range. So basically I'm on the max range here, I cannot go forward, I need to move, like I need to step if you want to smoke like on the entrance. So this agent is really good, it's really useful for this map. The only bad part is that you need to always be on positions that you can actually help your teammates out on the map. So basically if you manage to go to this corner at the beginning of the map, you're basically able to help them whatever you want, except on long. So they need to be aware of this, and this is the only bad part. Good part, you can take more risk playing in deep angles like this, and if you're seeing people rushing you, just instantly TP away and you're safe already. So this is one of the agents that you can be most aggressive with, because you have a lot of ways to escape, or if you're getting pushed by someone, you just flash, and the flash takes the whole range that you can see on the map, like the blue icon, that's the full range it takes. Before it was way better because you could run and it goes faster, but right now it doesn't really matter. But it's one of the bad things. And also the ulti, that you can play with your teammates. They are getting pushed on A, insta TP, there you are. Right now, talking about Astra. First things, this agent, you basically don't buy the abilities, you buy orbs. That's the only thing you need to buy, is those orbs. I'm not going to be able to show you because I have infinite creds just to show you. But basically, the only thing you waste per round is the orbs. And That's the only thing you need to do. So it's kind of simple, but at the same time, it's not really simple. Basically, if you want to play something, you just go into the astral mode and you just see this thing you can run also on the sky. Just remember that your champion is always where you left him, where you opened astral mode. So you basically just place the orb here, for example. You place another one here. You can place another one there, and another one, for example, on B. And good things about this, you don't really need to waste your time placing smokes for your teammates, because you can do this before the round starts. You just pre-place them wherever you want. For example, you place them on A main, you place them on B, and you place on C. If they are pushing you on C, it's easy. You see someone, really easy, just press E, instant smoke. Really simple. They are pushing you and you want to help your teammates, instantly look, smoke, you can go back to your position. So it's really good on this part, you don't waste time. So that's a 10 out of 10, and in my opinion, that's why I think it's my favorite agent, because you never lose focus on your bomb side because you don't take much time. Unless you always save like 1 or 2 orbs, that I recommend you to do. You should always waste like maximum 3 orbs on the beginning of the round. Always keep 1 on your pocket so you can help your teammates with something. For example, they are pushing you on C, always do smoke, and if they are still pushing you, you can suck. This is one of the abilities that make every enemy vulnerable, the same as Molly's from other agents, like for example the Viper. If you get hit by the Viper, you get vulnerable, so it basically does the double damage if you hit the body while the guy is vulnerable. And then you have the Q, that it just literally stuns like a breach stun, something normal. And then the ulti. Ulti is really good for a rush, for example. You just ulti like this, and basically this wall separates everything. You cannot shoot through, no way you can shoot through, doesn't work. You can throw abilities through this, yes, you can, like raise nade, everything goes through, but you also cannot hear anything that's happening on the other side, basically. So that's what the Astra does. In my opinion, it's really nice to work, especially with Astra, because you don't need to lose time, you don't need to get out of focus of your position to place something. So you just, for example, you're attacking on this map, you go here, you want to go to the corner, and you want to help your teammates, you just tell them to wait a little bit, you're still here, you just place every single orb that you want on the map, and you can still play on your side. Whenever they want smokes, instantly smoke. Remember, your enemies can see the orbs. That's important to know. Now, we're gonna talk about Arbor. Okay, here we are now with Arbor. This champion, I would say that normally that teams use this champion, they don't use it as the only controller. They normally use another one, because it's an agent that doesn't have a lot of abilities that come back to help you a lot. For example, Omen has the smokes always come back after 14 seconds, and the only thing that comes back on Arbor is the wall. But the thing is that the wall, it's only one, it's not 2 smokes like Omen. So that's the biggest difference, and in my opinion it's a huge difference. For example, if you want to push with this, you basically can control the wall how you want. So it goes forward and you can just zigzag, and it goes like how you want. It just does something like this, basically. So basically you're ready to execute, you just pre-aim, you just follow this, and you just blow it off, and that's how it's gonna look. It's like this, it's one in the back. And then you have the cascade, like this. If you wanna push, like behind this, you can push. If you wanna stop the wall, you just press the same key, and it literally stops. It's like a wall, but it only takes like 10 seconds maximum on the ground. So that's what it works for. Or you can also just bait your enemies like this. You just let it go, don't stop it, just let it go, and you just pre-aim everything that you want. It just stops. If you watch the map, it always stops at the end of the blue icon. Right now you cannot see the map, but basically on the map you can see like a blue thing that shows you where it stops, basically. And then you have the Q. Your Q is like an orb, like a smoke that you can right click or left click. Right click goes closer, and basically while you're here, no one can shoot you through, and you cannot shoot out. Basically, you just need to break this. If you want to shoot someone inside, or if you want to shoot someone outside, just shoot it. This is mostly used for plants, for safe planting. You just place it on the ground, instantly smoke, and you just plant safe. Basically with your teammate close here, because enemies can sneak like this and freak you. But that's it. And then you have the ulti. This ulti is like a breach stun, I would say, but it moves at the same time. So basically it's like this. On the whole map, you're not able to see right now, but you have like a big circle that shows you where the ulti is gonna hit. So you just place it, you just ulti, and whatever enemies are, you're gonna see like thunder coming from the sky, and it's gonna stun on this little range, like where the player is. For example, the player is here, it's gonna be a big ball on the ground that's about to stun him. He has time to dodge it, of course, but if you just look at the sky, you can see where he's trying to stun, so you actually have info with this as well. I'm really, in my opinion, this agent is really good to take info with the ulti as well. Not only to stun, but the ulti itself can just tell you info, because if you just ulti the whole side and you look at the sky and you see nothing coming down, means it's clear, completely clear. So you can use the ulti either to stun, to fight, or to just get info. It's really good, in my opinion. And now we're gonna go to Viper. Here we are now with Viper. This agent is really tricky, and I'll say it's really hard to play with, not gonna lie, because you need to be really smart with the way that you use your toxin, because this is the only thing that this agent does. It works with toxin. So basically, you can wall off everything. You wall B, you wall A short, and you wall A main. And if someone needs help, you just wall up instantly, and everything's walled off. So the only thing you need to be worried about is that the enemy is gonna wait for the toxin to go down. So as soon as this goes down, they're gonna try to explode. So basically, you need to save your toxin and just activate when you're sure they're going in, or if you wanna bait something, obviously. But you need to play with it really good, because also you have your smoke and the toxin is exactly the same. If you're wasting toxin here, it's gonna waste the toxin for the wall. If you turn both on, the toxin goes faster down. So, and never let it reach 0, because it's a little bit slower. It has always been like this. It has always been slower. So you never let it reach 0. So it comes a little bit faster, not a lot, but it has always been like this. And then you have the mollies. Your mollies are exactly like I said before with the Astra. Whoever touches the molly gets vulnerable, even teammates. Okay, you can do damage to your mates with this. You're vulnerable. As soon as you're vulnerable, every shot that you take, everything that you take, double damage. Always. A molly with a Sova ulti, insta dead. Freaky, full dead instantly. So it's really OP. It's a good combo that you can do. And then you have the ulti. Your ulti is basically like a full Viper pit. So everyone that goes inside instantly takes 30 damage, but it's not forever. It's just for the time that they're still inside your ulti. So if they go out, they're gonna recover all the health they got. But if they try to sneak like this, just going slowly. And if you're playing here, for example, as soon as you're gonna see them, with the time they're like inside your ulti, they're gonna be at 1 HP. They never die just for being inside it, but they'll go to 1 HP. It's just one shot, completely dead. So it's a really strong ulti. Normally, enemy teams don't try to fight the Viper that is inside the ulti unless they got the Sova drone, unless they got the Raze ulti, Breach ulti, something like this. No one's ever gonna fight you. It's really strong, really strong to all the places. For example, just ulti, hold these angles. If they're running, you can hear them. If they just go slow, as soon as they're gonna be on this door, they're gonna be like 1 HP. Remember, the same distance that you see them, it's the same distance they see you. So basically, if you cannot see this wall here, they cannot see you as well. Basically, just an example. So always be sure that you are in good angles. For example, here that you can see everything. Free fire, free dead, always. This is basically everything about the agents. If you're just starting right now, my opinion is start with Brimstone. It's the most fun one, and right now that Haven is out of the map pool, it's really nice for you to start with, because basically Bind is one of the best maps to play with Brimstone. Ascent is not really used, but you can also play with Brimstone. It's not something that a lot of teams do, but you can give it a shot. It's up to you. And now I'm gonna talk about some stuff on basic agents that you can try and you need to do. So talking about Omen and controllers in general, not only Omen but controllers in general. Normally, the most important thing about the controllers is normally you are the only controller in your team, depending on the map, of course, but normally you are the only controller. So be sure that you always take safe positions to hold your angles. If you're attacking, for example, on Haven, just this position is good. You can also play a little bit closer. Always be sure that you don't give fights that can get you dead on the beginning of the round, because your team depend to you to go on sides. You are the controller. You die, it's really hard for them to win the round. So be sure that the ways that you play are ways that if someone is pushing you, you're able to get away, or you're able to actually get a kill, like off angle or something, and just get away. Always be sure that you don't do hero plays. For example, rushing B alone, rushing C alone. Always make sure that if you do something, it makes sense. For example, if your team is doing pressure on A and you want to work on C, you're free to do it. Just always be sure. If you die, your teams have no smokes. So if you're gonna do it, be sure that they can like survive or win the round with the stuff you're gonna do. So never be too aggressive, but never be too passive. Try to find the even, and you're gonna be a perfect controller. Always be sure to look at the map and see if your team is close to the bomb sites, and if they need something. If they need something on A, just be sure you smoke. If they're asking for you to get out of somewhere and you need a smoke, just be sure that you smoke. And one of the most important things that you need to do is like this. When you're smoking for your teammates, for example, you're defending and you're smoking for your teammates, and this is an entrance. Always be sure that your smoke is like this, okay? Always like this. never put a smoke fat enough for enemies to get angles. So if the enemy is attacking and they want to check the corners, always be sure that if they're gonna check this corner, they're out of the smoke, so you can see them. Otherwise, if you guys are doing a crossfire from both sides, he's able to go inside the smoke, ping, shoot, and get out. So always be sure. Smokes should be like this. If you're inside the bomb site, you hold it. If they go out, both sides are gonna see them at the same time. Always be sure about this. It's really important. Sometimes it's not gonna be really easy. Everyone makes mistakes. I do this a lot of things. Like I do these mistakes sometimes. It's not perfect. It's not gonna go perfect all the time. Like on Heaven as well. Like on Haven here. If you try to smoke, just always make sure that you smoke the most perfect way possible. Like for example, this is really good. This is perfect because if they try to pick here, they're gonna be out of the smoke. So it means you're gonna see them as well. So this is something that you really need to do. Something that you need to be aware of. And always be sure your teammates need something. Be in positions that you can help them. So if they're rushing on A, be sure that you're not rushed on C on a place that you're not able to help them unless you have ulti, for example. If your teammates are on A, be sure that you're like close enough to be able to smoke everything. Because if you see right here where I am, I'm not able to smoke Heaven. So I'm not in a really good position to play if my team is already going to A. So if your team is going to A, you just go a little bit back. Be sure that you're in position that you can smoke them and that you're not gonna die if you need to smoke. This is the most basic and most important things you need to do as a controller.